Welcome to the House of Life Dialogues, a podcast for the brave, the visionary, and those building sacred lives in a modern world. I am Maria of Egypt, and in each episode, we explore grounded wisdom, sacred entrepreneurship, and the art of choosing love over fear. This is not a performance, it's a remembering. Welcome to today's episode number 4. We are going to talk about how we can treat our vision as a sacred blueprint. One of the most interesting topics I'd like to talk about is visions. I'm a visionary, and sometimes it all happens in your head and nobody really believes what you're saying. It's easy to be mistaken, for being out of the box. I got challenged a lot with this because sometimes when you think out of the box, not everyone around you can resonate with what you believe in. But I find that it's interesting just to take a leap of faith and believe in my vision and see where it's going to take me. So one of the main things that I had to learn is where this vision is coming from. Is it coming from my spiritual self or, from the divine, if you would like to say, or is it coming from my ego? You would have to dig deep down and find out, why are you having this vision? Is it out of love or out of fear? It always boils down to these two things. Is it out of love or is it out of fear? Fear can happen in many ways. It looks like lack, it looks like scarcity, it looks like anxiety, it looks like worry. What if this gone wrong? What if this people would perceive me in a wrong way? What if I would feel guilty if I take this step forward? What if I choose myself and then I would harm others? I would feel shameful, I would feel guilt. These are all emotions that can drive us to take some decisions or even shape our visions. And I would say these are ego-driven. It's not bad, it's just signaling where are we coming from. But love-driven visions, they are expansive. They are about abundance. They are about creation. It's about taking step outside of your comfort zone, is being out of the box. You are creating something original. It takes a bit of courage because sometimes nobody has done what you are thinking of. If you think about all the great people that did great inventions, like Thomas Edison, for example, or the people who created the aeroplane or anything, they just had a vision in their head and everyone called them crazy. They had to stick to their vision to bring it to life because they are bringing something from spirit into earth. So they are the only ones who can see it, and they had to believe enough in it to bring it to life. Sometimes these visions, they can be big enough that it can scare us. I would say it's a good sign because that means you are getting expanded. As human beings, we are not supposed to stay as we are. We are supposed to evolve. This is the rhythm for all creation. Everything around us is evolving. If you look in history and natural history, you will see that everything has been evolving through then, depending on the environment around them. If we have dreams and visions that scares us, I think it's a good thing because that means that we are tapped into something bigger than ourselves. It just needs baby steps, in the right direction so we can get our feet together and feel confident. It's exactly like teaching a child to walk. They will not get it the first time. They would fall and then they would stand up, but they would get the hang of it at the end of it. You just have to hang through it. One of the analogies I like to treat my vision as is like a baby. So I'm a mother, I've got 3 children, and I would treat my vision as if I'm pregnant with something because it is sort of creation. I have to be very protective of it. I have to look after myself in terms of nervous system regulation because I can get scared and I get wobbly and I can doubt myself at times. And this is my hardest battle, is self-doubt. But you have to kind of incubate it in a way, just like the baby stays in the womb, cozy and warm for long enough until it is mature enough to come out to the world. It's the same thing with the vision. I wouldn't talk about it with people that wouldn't appreciate it. I would have to be very selective who I'm going to share the vision with. I have to learn to discern when I can talk about it, when I can just keep it deep in my heart, when I have to meditate about it or even pray and ask for blessing. But when I receive this vision, I stay quiet for quite a bit until it is formulated in a way. because sometimes you would just get like an intuition or an idea. It's not fully formulated. It starts to formulate with time. So you have to be very, very careful and protective with the energy around it. You have to surround it with love and try to keep fear at bay, because fear can kill it prematurely. It is very hard to stay committed to a vision when it's not available to others. It's kind of, you are believing in a dream that you are the only one who's seen. But it's the same thing like having a baby, you know? When in the first 3-4 months, even 5, you are the only one who can feel this baby. You are the only one who knows that this baby is growing inside of you. Maybe it doesn't show to people around you unless you tell them, but you just have to hang in there and believe in what you received and treat it with love and care until it's the time to show a glimpse of it. And I would say you have to be very, very protective of your vision at this point. You have to be very selective with the people you are sharing it with. Maybe don't share it at all, because sometimes the people around you are not on the same frequency, and that's not a bad thing. It just teaches you to be discerning. So for me to connect with my vision, it's really forging new neurons around it. It's a biological, physiological thing. I have to train my mind as if I am installing a new software in my nervous system about this new vision. So I would think about it, I would meditate on it, I would journal around it, I would be grateful for it every morning, every night. The more I think about it, the more neurons I'm creating in my brain to hold this vision. And this is really the art of creation or manifestation or whatever people are talking about. The more you are training your brain, the more you are changing your software to hold a certain vision, the easier, the quicker it comes to life. Sometimes visions can evolve. You would receive a certain intuition or guidance or an idea, but it turned out to be something even more original or different. And this can change for various different reasons. For timeline change, for people that are going to share the same vision with you, they are going to put in their energy and their frequency in. So it's kind of a co-creative phase. You have to be open for the evolution of this vision. It doesn't belong to you. It comes to you from heaven or spirit for the help of everyone, not just yourself. When you become very clingy about your vision, sometimes it can kill it prematurely. So you have to be very flexible and know if this is in the right direction or not, if it's helping your vision to grow bigger or not. And I would say one of the biggest acts of courage is to know when to pivot, because sometimes you would hang on a certain idea or a certain way to do things, but then you would be presented with something out of the box or original. Because you have been practicing being in alignment with yourself, you would know if this is the right way to take a decision, if you can jump out of the box, pivot and do something different, or you would stick with it. It's very important and crucial to be able to discern how you feel inside, because you are the one who's carrying the baby in a way. One of my biggest challenges is self-doubt, because obviously when you carry a vision, when you are a visionary, when you are an entrepreneur, you're the only one who's seeing it. And it took me a long time to realize it's not really always wise to talk about your dreams with people that don't get it. And that doesn't mean they are wrong or something. It's just they have different ideas. And I learned the hard way is that for me to anchor into my vision, I would surround myself with people that believe the same thing. They are on the same frequency. They can encourage me in the direction I want to go in. That makes my vision comes to fruition easily. But sometimes, because I battle with self-doubt, that's my old self, that's my fear-based, my survival instinct, it would just come to me as an imposter. Who do you think you are? Why do you think you're going to do this? You are dreaming bigger than who you really are. You don't have the money to do this. You don't have the resources. You don't have the people around you. You are a lunatic. And this negative self-talk, I think everyone has it. It comes to you in many ways, but I learned to be friends with it. I know that it's there for me. It's trying to protect me. It's my survival programming, trying to protect me from putting myself into risks or even death. The more I become friends with this negative self-talk, the less the grip on me, but the more I resist it, the stronger and louder it is. So I learned to befriend it and kind of treat it as my erratic teen or toddler and deal with it in a nurturing way, listen to it, and move on. One of the most important skills that I had to develop across my spiritual journey is to balance intuition and practicality. I would see it as the feminine and the masculine qualities in yourself. It's very important to have this balance internally. You are not fully feminine or fully masculine. If you behave only in certain direction, you would have an out of balance energy. So it's very important to be able to act in a masculine way, very organized, very detailed, very driven, while you are holding the vision and the intuition safe. And I treat it as the feminine in me and the masculine in me. So the feminine is the one who creates, who would receive the vision, and the masculine in me is the one who gets the vision done, hire the right people, make the program or make the business or, build something around it. It takes practice every day. You would get the hang of it. The more you practice it, comes naturally to you, but it's very crucial to balance both energies inside of you. So remember, when you have a vision, treat it in a very sacred way, hold it very close to you, just like a new baby being formed in your womb, and treat it with love as much as you can. Keep fear at bay. Don't resist it. Listen to fear, but don't act on it. Always act out of love to yourself and others around you. Your body is your temple, your vision is sacred, and your courage to live it, that's what builds a house of life. I am Maria of Egypt. Until next time, walk boldly, live wisely, and choose love.